Well, today Disney answered a question that a lot of people have been asking for a very long time now. Will Disney update the Jungle Cruise attraction based on the upcoming Jungle Cruise movie coming to theaters? And today Disney did in fact confirm that they will be updating the legendary Jungle Cruise attraction, one of the most historic in the history of the park, but in a way that many people probably didn't see coming. In what some believe to be a long overdue update, Disney will be replacing all scenes that might be considered racially or culturally insensitive. But they will not be adding Dwayne Johnson. We're going to talk about those old scenes, the new scenes, give you our thoughts next on Fresh Baked. Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to Fresh Baked. So yeah, Disney did confirm today that they are going to update the Jungle Cruise attraction. We're going to get some new scenes and a new story for the actual attraction, both here and at the Jungle Cruise at the Magic Kingdom and Walt Disney World. We'll start with what scenes are going to be removed, and that is essentially any scene that includes indigenous people from the various locations depicted in the attraction. So that would include the rhino encounter, the tribal dancers, the war party, and yes, even Trader Sam. The reason for the changes is, of course, part of Disney's ongoing initiative to keep pace with modern sensibilities. That means more inclusion. That means less racism, less cultural insensitivity, less sexism. Now, so far, only one scene has been referenced directly with the concept art. This is a new rhino encounter scene, and previously, there was just the one Anglo explorer at the top of the totem pole, while safari guides, natives, are below him getting the worst of it. The new scene will still feature a rhino getting his point across, but now with an inclusive mix of races and genders, all part of a group of explorers, with none really appearing to be subservient to the others. This scene also gives us a clue as to the new storyline of the attraction. The Jungle Cruise is no longer just a simple montage of humorous scenes found in the jungles of the world. Now the story is of a Jungle Cruise expedition gone wrong. A Jungle Cruise expedition much like the one that guests are on at the moment. Think Jingle Cruise. Unlike the traditional Jungle Cruise, the holiday overlay for the Jingle Cruise is a version of the attraction that has a narrative throughout the entire ride. As the story goes, a plane full of Christmas decorations had to jettison its cargo over the rivers of the Jungle Cruise, and then obviously it all got mixed into the ride. In other words, a thing went wrong. And that's going to be the case with this future iteration of the Jungle Cruise as well. In this concept art, note the life preserver around the Explorer at the bottom. Actually, he's the skipper. That's from the Congo Kate riverboat. A nod, of course, to the traditional names of the Jungle Cruise boats, such as Kissimmee Kate and the Congo Queen. This one appears to be kind of an amalgamation of the two. You'll notice also in this concept art that the tone of the traveling party is not an imperialistic one, for lack of a better word, which would have been a common thing during the time set in the original attraction. Rather, now they kind of just appear to be a harmless group of bird watchers, entomologists, artists, and photographers being led through the jungle by a rather hapless-looking Jungle Cruise skipper at the bottom of the pole. So it looks like Disney is now kind of leaning into the humor of the Jungle Cruise ride that we know today. Silly and full of puns, lighthearted, rather than the simple, kind of cartoonish, and not in a good way cartoonish, depictions of other cultures. Now, apart from the concept art for the rhino encounter, we also saw concept art depicting a gang of monkeys that appears to have taken over a Jungle Cruise boat. It's difficult to tell where we might see this boat, but if I had to guess, it would replace the war party scene due to the space needed for the boat. Though it's possible it could also be across the river where the tribal dancers are currently. For sure though, both scenes will be replaced. It is also expected that the Trader Sam scene will be replaced. No details were given in the articles that I read, but I figure it'll be the Congo Kate skipper. The article from the LA Times mentioned that there would be figurines. Now, figurines not animatronics, but figurines of some of the new characters, including the skipper, and the scene with Trader Sam seems the most logical place for that figurine to wind up. And I'm pretty sure this change will be the one that triggers the sharpest criticism from fans, very much like the redhead scene in Pirates of the Caribbean. Actually, this is a good spot for me to add that I'll definitely miss Trader Sam, and I'm definitely in a camp that likes to try to preserve Disney history, Disneyland history, as much as possible. But in spite of that, I am in favor of these changes. While I'm personally not offended by those scenes, it's not for me to judge whether or not they're offensive. I'm not the one being represented in those scenes. And I very much respect and stand behind Disney's decision to be more inclusive and respectful of cultures from all over the world. In fact, Disney Imagineer Carmen Smith echoed those feelings. She said, "As Imagineers, it is our responsibility to ensure experiences we create and stories we share reflect the voices and perspectives of the world around us." Simple, but true. As for the rest of the attraction, I'm sure it's going to be the same as ever. You're going to see your long-necked cheetahs, your wrinkled elephants, jeeps that won't turn over, man-eating piranhas, have no fear ladies, and of course, the backside of water. And again, it sounds like we're also safe from Dwayne Johnson. As much as I love that man, it's confirmed none of the new scenes or figurines will reference the upcoming film. Per Imagineer Chris Beatty, "I'm sure the film is fantastic and we're very excited about it, but integrating the film into our classic Jungle Cruise is not part of the effort." He did say, though, that there would be Easter eggs. So, I mean, I guess that's a reasonable compromise. Just a few Easter eggs, something small. Interestingly, Beatty also said that the attraction will be the same here as it would be at the Magic Kingdom in Walt Disney World. And for those who have never been to Magic Kingdom or the Jungle Cruise in Florida, they most definitely are not the same, the two attractions. So with that, I have to think what he means is the story elements will be the same. The story, the overall that's being told in the Jungle Cruise attraction will be the same, but not identical or a copy of one another, because that would require extensive changes to one of the attractions, either here or there. I believe the Jungle Cruise in Florida is considerably longer than ours. So when should we be able to see this new Jungle Cruise? Well, hopefully by the end of the year, per Chris Beatty. At least that's the hope, barring anything crazy, you know, something like a global pandemic. So what do you guys think? You know, I want to know. Let's get that ratio started. I want love it or hate it only. I don't want anything in between. Love it or hate it. I'll say right now, I love it. Let us know in the comments below, and until next time, please be sure to like this video. No, really, I mean it. I want you to stop what you're doing right now, and if you haven't already, like this video, please. Thank you. You can also subscribe to our channel, or follow us on Instagram at _FreshBaked, or on Twitter at FreshBakedDisney. That's fresh with no E. And if you like our show and want to show your support, please do consider joining our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/freshbaked. There are links below to that and other things. Lots of stuff in the description. Otherwise, thank you again for watching. We love you guys very, very much. Please be kind to one another out there. Please be safe. And fresh baked.